Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Emerging Franchise Brands Podcast. I'm your host, Frank Fiume, here live at the IFA 2024 National Convention, and looking forward to interviewing some folks at this year's event. I am with Mandy from AnswerForce. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Great. Are you enjoying the IFA this year?
I am certainly enjoying the IFA. I'm actually graduating with my CFP this year.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yes, very happy.
That's great. All right, so why don't you tell us what is AnswerForce? What do you guys do and what makes you guys different?
So AnswerForce, we are actually we're 24/7, 365 live answering. We support Zors and Zs by making sure that they never miss a call, as well as to be able to help them scale with their business. So all the way from emerging into becoming an enterprise size where there are 150 franchisees and really growing, we're able to come in and support them from start all the way through.
Well, I see it immediately. My thought is there's a huge need for your business for just the simple fact of the labor shortage. And as a franchisor or franchisees alike, it's difficult, depending on the business that you're in, of having employees. And this, A, helps that, right? And secondly, it provides a standard at which that your franchisees are getting serviced.
Exactly. It really works well with the Fran Dev because as the Zor, a lot of times their promise is to help, help assist with that brand awareness and marketing, facilitating those types of needs for, their Zs. And with having this, it allows for them to really be able to do that, because if they're providing these leads or helping provide, brand awareness, helping with the support on their websites, and it's driving traffic there, well, they may not be at the point where they're able to handle all of those calls.
Right.
And every call is very important, especially in the beginning, because one call is a missed opportunity. So being able to make sure that they have the ability to scale and be able to capture every lead is very important. Yep. And that's where we come in.
Well, leads are really expensive, and if you're going to miss out on it, you're just throwing money away.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so now that we've been at the IFA a couple days here, what would you say has been your top, maybe one or two takeaways?
Top two takeaways. One, franchising is a family. So being able to be a part of here, you're able to connect with people all the way through, from being an emerging franchisor, franchisees, being able to hear what their experiences are, as well as those who have been well established for decades. It is great to come around because they all rally around each other and help each other grow. I started, even on the supplier side, I've been a part of the Friendship program, and I had a mentor who really helped me be able to elevate my level of knowledge and get to where I am now currently. So
that's awesome. Yeah. I love it. That's great. So one last question I have for you, Mandy, if you would. What would you say for one of the challenges as an emerging founder that comes to you as a client? What are some of the most important things that they need to understand?
As emerging, when we speak with a lot of emerging brands, it's, I don't think our business is quite there yet to need a service. But what I want to say is that it is extremely critical in the beginning to start with to have certain things in place, have a foundation. And this is part of building your foundation, because this is what will continue to help grow and scale your business. So looking for those tools that are going to help build that foundation for you in the beginning is critical, and IFA definitely helps with that.
Yeah, and I agree. I can tell you, as a founder of a franchise company, it is much better to have something like a service like yours early on, because it becomes increasingly more challenging if you have a lot of franchisees and say, oh, we're introducing this new service that you have to pay for. Yes. And all of a sudden you get the first generation of franchisees are like, well, I'm doing it myself. I'm already answering my calls. So it's better to do something early on. And even if it's not implemented early on, but introduce it, especially in your FDD, and say, this is a service that's coming, so that there's an expectation, because we don't want to disappoint our franchisees.
Very true. Very true.
Mandy, thanks so much for being on. Appreciate it. Thank you for tuning into the Emerging Franchise Brands Podcast. For additional insights, guest applications, and to stay connected, visit us at efbpodcast.com. The Emerging Franchise Brands podcast is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed do not necessarily represent those of Emerging Franchise Brands, its host Frank Fiume, or Emerging Franchise Group LLC. Any discussed franchise or investment opportunity requires thorough investigation, obtaining proper disclosure documents, and expert consultation before making any investment decisions. The podcast and its hosts do not offer professional advice or endorsements, and they hold no responsibility for actions, representations, accuracy, or consequential damages related to the podcast content.